Yeah, what's good, YouTube? Back at it again, doing my review, listening, and breakdown of my latest mix, the social distance mixtape. Know what I mean, so I'm going to play a few, my tracks from my latest mix. I hope y'all enjoy it, peep it out. It's Bandcamp if you want to purchase it. Um, I got the full mix on there. I got the 13 tracks. I got them listed as $1 a piece. Um, I think I put for my single, which is called Rap Bastard, that's like $2. The full mix is $3, or you can buy the whole album for $5. So yeah. It was like 4 months ago. I did something similar on my last mixes. I did the reintroduction, and I did the Murders Hornets. I did just all in one video. That was pretty long. I'm not going to make this video as long as the previous one, but I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, go check it out. Even if you don't want to purchase anything, go listen to it. If you download the tracks, I think you pay by PayPal. If that doesn't work out for you, hit me up via email. I'll send you my Cash app, the link, and you can just purchase the tracks like that, and I'll send it to you via email. So if you don't want to do it with PayPal, that's another option. Hit me up by email, and I'll send you the MP3. If you put some money in the Cash app, and I'll try to put all the links and things after this video. But if you've been following me, if you know me, you already know my email, how to contact me. I hope I try to set the speakers up kind of like I did last time. So hopefully it's not too muffled when I start to play some of the tracks. And that's about it. Let me see. Today, I'm talking about some other stuff too, but today I got to watch the movie on Netflix. It's called the 40 version or something like that. 40-year-old version. Yeah, I thought that movie was pretty funny. I want to watch it again. So check that out if you got Netflix. It's hip hop movie and some other stuff too, comedy. Thought it was really, really entertaining. So shout out to all the cast and the director, everything on that. It's kind of like a I don't know, kind of like a Spike Lee type movie too, like how they filmed it and stuff with the black and white and some other stuff too. And then what's the lady name, like Rada or something like that. Rada Miss Prime or something like that. Yeah, the movie's hilarious. Check it out. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to play some of my tracks from my latest mix. I'm happy to do this again. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I had some car issues. Caught a flat tire, and I was from like 10:30 at night till 5:30 in the morning. It took for AAA to help me out, but that's a whole another story. Maybe I'll do a YouTube video about that. But that was crazy. It was raining. I couldn't fix the tire in the rain. And it's dangerous where I was at. So I couldn't mess with it. Wasn't in home. I was near like outside of Nashville going home. So that's what's up. So yeah, the reason why I call this project social distance, because all the things that's been going on as far as in 2020, and you got stuff like riots, you got stuff like police brutality, which is every year for decades or for hundreds of years. You know what I mean? So got some stuff on there dealing with what stuff is still going down society that I pulled some clips and stuff and skits from movies that's kind of still relate to things that's going on now instead of doing instrumental or doing some some other stuff, comedy or gangster stuff like that. Even though it's entertaining, they got some gangster type theme to it, but I wanted to make it more like political, more like society type thing. What's going down in 2020. It was some few artists that came out a few weeks ago. I wish I could have put out my project that week. He had like Arrested Development and Public Enemy, Parish. They all, they always do like some political, woke conscious type stuff too. So this is my version or the way you're doing the same type of thing, but different, Same type of vibe, the way I like to do stuff. And some of the movie clips and skits I've been wanting to do for a while. I got like maybe like 2 of them, I saved. And once I start playing them, I'll break it down and let you guys know. This is fun. I try to do like different like techniques and do different things. I used the drum machine more. I got some sampling on there too, but I want to put some original beats, and I took kind of like the idea from somebody else, another artist, and try to make it, my version of something, different, but almost like the same type of flavor, I'm always get inspired from different artists, mainstream artists or underground artists. And so I thought this would be a good way to, put my twist in for 2020, something positive and, entertaining at the same time. So I'm going to play the first track, just the intro track, and I always try to do something to set the tone of the album, what you're going to be hearing, stuff like that. So I'm going to play this song and this first track, and hopefully the sound is not like muffled. Like I said, I'm going to try to play it. Hopefully the sound is kind of clear. You can hear I got the speaker close by the computer. And if not, you can just always go to the Bandcamp site and listen to my tracks, off there if it's too muffled, it's not clear on this video. All right, so I'm going to play the first track. It's called Running the Streets. This is the intro track to set the tone of the album or the mix.
I've been putting the squeeze on the dope, but the skag is still getting through. Hey, big man. I've been putting the squeeze on the dope, but the skag is still getting through. And I want to cut it off completely and quick. I want to put the lid on so tight, even the rats can't come up for air.
What kind of crusade are you on?
23.
Well, why now, man? This guy's been around a long time.
There ain't no room for the both of us. And like you, I want to control my own destiny. As long as Tony is here, there's always going to be somebody telling us what to do. If we cut off the flow of the big H, Tony loses most of his control in this community.
And are you going to take up what Tony left off?
Hey, man. You need money to run your organization, right? And the kind of money you need, you can't get by selling a 2-bit newspaper on the street corners or passing around a cup at a rally. You need the kind of money my organization can give you.
Hey, man, I've had offers before. I turned them down because I don't want nobody to control us. The essence of our struggle is independence. And we don't like slave masters no matter what color they are.
Some of your men are no good to you as they are. The less gang in the community, the better for you.
All right. Yeah, that first track is called Running the Streets. The reason why I took that that movie clip was talking about, business, black business, taking over the streets, taking over the community, coming together. You got one person that you can listen to that's kind of different from the other person. One person got more like a gangster business, mentality. The other person seemed like he got more of a militant, you know, straightforward, woke type mentality. So they coming together to take over the streets, or what I like to say, the community. And that's what a lot of people's talk about now, this year, talking about taking back their neighborhoods, communities, building communities and things like that. So I thought that'd be the perfect tone to set off the album. That was called Running the Streets. I'm gonna try to turn the volume up a little bit more, or move the speaker closer where you guys can hear it. So yeah, I like that one. So that's like the end of my signatures right there. So the next track, I call it Rat Bastard. This one will be quote like my single. This year there's a lot of talk about like snitches. Everything is snitching. I want to name certain people in the hip hop or the music industry is, that was snitching. So a lot of this snitch talk and rats and stuff like that. So I found a sample that, I was practicing on, scratching, a couple movie clips that I liked it. I thought it was pretty interesting to work around the chorus on my scratching and stuff like that. And the reason why I like this track too, even though I don't have like rappers and stuff like that on there, I have like four. If there was rappers on there, I guess it'd be like four not four verses. That's what I feel like. This is like four verses in between, like my scratches. What I mean? I got an intro. I set the tone of the song. Got me scratching as far as the intro. And then I have the movie snippets would be like choruses. So that's showing, as far as a little bit more production skills. And then maybe I'll do that more with some of my other songs, or things in the future. I can feel, instead of having, rappers and stuff like that, singers, I filled it in with my, my movie snippets. And so, so let's get into the song. Next song is called Rat Bastard.
Go ahead. Before we start, I want you to know something. I'm not a rat. You understand? I want that on record before we start. Okay, you are not a rat, and it's on record.
Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard.
Go ahead.
Ms. Thomas, was the defendant, Mr. Nino Brown, head of the CMB?
You rat bastard.
Yes.
Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat rat bastard, rat.
Go ahead.
Detective Appleton, when you infiltrated the CMB, did the defendant, Mr. Nino Brown, attempt to buy 2.5 kilos of cocaine from you?
Did he? The Michael Jordan slam dunk? Of course he did. That's what he does. He's a dope dealer. That's what dope dealers do. Buy and sell dope. Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard.
Go ahead.
People call him rats, because a rat will do anything to survive. Isn't that right, Mr. Hill?
Objection.
Objection, Sister. I don't know nothing about being a rat. Mr. Hill, you know everything about being a rat.
You rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard. Rat bastard. You rat bastard.
Go ahead.
Didn't matter. Didn't mean anything. When I was broke, I would go out and rob some more. We ran everything. We paid off cops, we paid off lawyers, we paid off judges. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. And now it's all over.
Yes. So that was the second track called Rat Bastard. Me on a scratching, of course, on all my recent projects, I did all the production, all the beats, I pick out the samples, I came up with the concept, everything like that. And that was just a fun track, talking about all the rats and snitches in the music game. You know who you are, all y'all gossip, sending people to jail and all that stuff, all the gossip YouTube people, all y'all rats out there, snitching, you know what I mean? Even though the movie clips is not talking about, those type of things, but I bet, y'all get the idea, and this is just, put this together to show off my production skills and, seeing how I can structure the song, So, yeah, I hope y'all like that song, the Rat Bastard song right there. I couldn't wait to use that, as far as the hook and stuff like that. So the next track, I'm gonna play that. It's called Score Drugs. Right now in society, or it always been, for decades too, problem with drugs, got meth, you got like heroin, whatever, popping pills and stuff like that. So next clip, it's more like a interlude skit, I got the main theme music for this project, for the social distance project. This is like the main theme throughout this mix, even though, my project on about like 17 minutes long, 16, 17 minutes, that I picked a beat out to be like the main theme that you'll hear throughout the project. So this is like interlude skits. You'll hear this music throughout this project, so let's get into the song. It's called Score Drugs.
Right now, all over this great nation of ours, 100,000 white people from the suburbs are cruising around downtown, asking every black person they see, you got any drugs? You want to discourse of drugs? Think about the effect that has on the psyche of a black person, on their possibilities. I guarantee you, bring 100,000 black people into your neighborhood, in the fucking Indian Hills, and they're asking every white person they see, you got any drugs? You know what discourse of drugs? Within a day, everyone would be selling. Your friends, their kids, here's why. It's an unbeatable market force, man. It's a 300% market value. You can go out on the street and make $500 in 2 hours, come back and do whatever you want to do with the rest of your day. And I'm sorry, you're telling me that white people still be going to law school?
Yes, that's the number 3 track, Score Drugs, and that track right there, not just, what they're saying about, going downtown or whatever, but all over the country, people, they're scoring drugs in the small towns and, the little country areas, rural areas, not just the cities, so that's a big problem. Drugs are, probably always going to be some kind of problem. It's never going to be like a crackdown. There's always going to be the quote war on drugs, always. So that's the 3rd track, Score Drugs, with the main theme song throughout the project. You'll hear that beat, that drum pattern throughout the midst. Track number 4 is just a skit, I thought was kind of cool to put in. And I've been wanting to use this one for a while, called Black Business. A lot of, talk of that this year, 2020, Black business owners and getting things together, collaborating, buying property, selling your own merch, business, Black business, it's good for the community. It kind of brings it back to the intro, where, they're talking about, getting in the community and, how much money it takes to start and to own stuff, so, yeah. So here go to the next skit. It's called Black Business. And, once again, I thought it was really cool what they're saying in this clip right here. So play track number 4, Black Business.
I want to thank you for a wonderful dinner, Mr. St. John. And thank you for closing your casino for our function. It's very generous of you. You're quite welcome. It's ironic that your very success here raises certain questions. I mean, where are our other Negro entrepreneurs, our Negro small businesses? When will I be able to walk into an executive suite and see a Negro managing director?
Well, the fact of the matter is, only when we seize upon our God-given right to make money, only when we can create great wealth and therefore create jobs, only then can we achieve any meaningful integration. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yes, that's track number 4, Black Business, skit right there. A lot of talk too about getting back to reparations, from Trump, Biden, whoever, the old, the foundation, Black Americans, reparations for things they done in the past, stuff like that. So it's really breaking down, saying the reason why, we don't have enough Black business, mostly because of, money issue, from other, cultures or maybe races, putting us, keeping us behind or back. And we deserve just as much as anybody else as far as money and reparations and business, owning Black and stuff like that. Not to be, to be against, mixing and working with other people, of course, but it'd be nice to have more, ownership far as African Americans, and not just like people that's coming from other countries and things like that. People, foundational Americans and, Black people, things like that. So hope you enjoyed that skit right there. So we're going to number 5, Funky Riot Jam. So this track right here, I tried to, I found a sample, that's cool. Are you familiar with that one? A sample Little Kim used for the one track, her famous track, the Queen Bitch song. But I found a sample and I said, well, I'm gonna, I always wanted to flip that beat or, do something with it. So at first I was scratching over this beat, still trying to figure out what kind of sounds and things I wanted to do with it. But I decided just to, play with the pad and just made like a chorus. And I like how I did like the build up. So you're listening to it. Then I put a movie clip on there about riots, as far as 2020, been a pretty violent year with riots and protests, things like that. I heard yesterday they had like a riot and dude shot the other guy in the head. I guess the first guy pepper sprayed him. I guess he was Arvin. He pepper sprayed the guy, and the other guy just shot him in the head. I don't know the full story, but all over been riots and fights and stuff everywhere. It's been terrible with the police brutality stuff and looting it's crazy. So I'll put a movie clip in. So this is Funky Riot Jam. So this is track number 5. So let's get into this track right here, Funky Riot Jam.
Jam it, jam it, jam it. 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 Jam it, jam it, jam it.
I think that's really killing me. Because he didn't have to die. I mean, they set that fire. Why? Why would they do a thing like that? Why do you think they set fires? They're black. Yeah, but why torch your own house? They don't own them. They don't own anything. That's why they hate us. Because we're solid. We got something they don't. That's why. Steady. Ready? Good.
Yeah, so that was Funky Riot Jam. And you can see, once again, you can listen to that movie clip and that brings you back to like the intro and the Black Business skit, where in the clip you could see the guys talking about, why they burning stuff. And other guy, he's making an argument, well, they don't own anything, you know what I mean? So they don't care, so if we probably had more businesses and things like that, maybe we wouldn't loot and riot and stuff, but I don't think that really matter. I think people still gonna be rioting and looting and stuff anyway. So they can burn their own stuff down. They don't care. We got people that's just animals. They just don't care about other people's stuff. They probably figure that, well, they got more than me, insurance gonna cover it and stuff like that. But sometimes these people, they get their insurance money and they ain't trying to build the community back up. They're like, well, forget it. I'm gonna just retire, just get this, or do something else with it. They might not build that store back in the community. You know what I mean? And this year was bad because you got like the COVID stuff. I'm hearing terrible stories like, we had the COVID happen, they shut down their business. They couldn't really do anything. Then the riots happened. And then people loot and burn down their business. So that's terrible, So yeah, that's basically it. That's the Funky Riot Jam. You see how I had like the build up, till you get to the skit, It's all good at the beginning, the instrumental track, kind of waiting to hear what's gonna happen, That's kind of me saying like, that's kind of like the riot part of the song. Then you kick in the movie clip, and you know that's what was going on through the beginning of that track. That was the riot part at the beginning. Second half is the guys discussing the riot or the fires, and they want to know why they burning stuff, and basically the dude, it's like, man, they jealous, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the Funky Riot Jam. That's number 5. I'm gonna go play number 6. Here's what they think about you skit. Now you might notice that's the one from like Ice Cube used, and he put the skit from Do the Right Thing. But I actually sampled this and I made it my own. So I didn't pull something off his album. I took part of his voice and I took a scene and flipped it my way. You know what I mean? Put the effect and stuff like that. So the way I flip his skit, it's different from what he did. It's not same concept, of course, but I did it my way. So that was like a shout out to Cube, somewhat, taking, some skit that people probably heard before, but making it my own, sampling a skit actually. And it's something I've been wanting to use for a while. But I finally able to polish it and find like the right project to put it on. And for 2020, this is the right time to update this skit. You know what I mean? For people that haven't heard, maybe his album or seen Do the Right Thing. This was just an update version. 2020 version. By me. So I'm gonna play number 6. Here's what they think about you. All right.
Here's what they think about you. Gold teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big guy, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball dunking, titsoon, spade, Molignan. Take your fucking pizza and go the fuck back to Africa. Go the fuck back to Africa. Go the fuck back to Africa. Go the fuck back to Africa.
Yes, that's number 6 right there. That's the Here's What I Think About You skit. Once again, that's kind of pretty much self-explanatory, where I got that concept and that skit from, Took his voice, took something from the movie scene and rearranged it, for my own, and updated it for 2020 for my social distance mixtape project. Don't forget to like, share, comment on this video too if you're watching it. Go to my Bandcamp. Listen to my tracks there. If you like something, purchase. Download something. You can also go to my Mixcloud profile, listen to all my older projects, stuff like that. Especially my latest ones like the Murders Hornets and the recent introduction and the comedy album too. So the introduction album and the Murders Hornets, I'm going to try to put it on Bandcamp before you can be able to listen to it on there, and also download the tracks for purchase. And I'm going to be working on that during this week. First, I'm going to do the Murders Hornets, and then I'll do the reintroduction. I got to find out how many albums I can upload on the Bandcamp because I'm new to doing this. And once again, if you try to download something and it's not working out for me, and you just want to purchase something, email me, and I'll send you my Cash App, and you can hit something in the Cash App, and I'll send you the MP3 file. That way you can be able to bump it in your car and your phone and stuff, and just to support me. At least I'm trying. I'm not just talk about other people's projects. I'm trying to make my own stuff too. Some people, they like to talk about other people's stuff and review, but I'm like, where's they music? Where's they album at? So at least I'm trying to make something instead of just talking about other people's stuff. You know what I mean? So make sure you purchase it at Social Distance Mixtape Project by your man DJ Green Hornet. So yeah, where we at? We at number, what's this number? Seven. Yeah, this one was called Urban Politics. This is a older kind of ideal. I polished it, make sure I got it more crisp, and boosted the sound more, and got my editing stuff about right, but sound pretty much the same too as the original. Yeah, so this one's still kind of relevant to today too. So I'm gonna play this track right here. It's another interlude skit. Call this one Urban Politics.
So you see, it's this vicious combination of big business and government which has kept our sisters prostitute and our brothers dope peddlers. I was talking to a young man the other day over at the clinic. This guy had so many needle marks in it he couldn't find a place to put another spike in. In addition, he had to make at least one burglary each night because he was supporting a $100 a day habit. I asked him, why would anyone deliberately start smacking up when they know it's not what the result is going to be? And he said, well, I'd rather be a junkie than be nothing. You see what this tells us? Our power structure has given this man no reasonable alternative. You see, you ask, why would a power structure deliberately create narcotics addicts? Well, I ask you, where do you think that $100 a day goes? Oh, sure, part of it goes to black pushers and distributors, but the main part of it, the really big part, goes to those white men who import the narcotics. And the big part goes to those white men who corrupt our law enforcement agencies. And the big part goes to those white men who draft our black boys and send them over to Indochina to protect other white men who are the original suppliers of the narcotics. So you see, this whole thing becomes a vicious attempt on the part of the white power structure to exploit our black men and women in this society. Right.
Yeah, so that's Urban Politics, another interlude skit. That one, that track right there, you can bring that one back all the way to the Score Drugs. That one's talking about, the drugs and, pushing them through the community and stuff like that. So yeah, that was I'm holding that skit for a while. I've been wanting to use that one, and that was like the right time to use it for this project right here, Urban Politics. So we're gonna go to track 8. That was called like Pushing Drugs. This one right here was another interlude skit right here, and you can see how the mob, mafia, or gangs, this how they treat us. They just want to push the stuff, and urban community, maybe black community, for this movie clip. That's what they're talking about. They say the word colored, so that can be, any, person was kind of melon, or, you can even say different nationalities and stuff like that. But you definitely know they're talking about more the urban community or the poor communities. So let's play track number 7. It's called Urban Politics.
I also don't believe in drugs. For years, I paid my people extra so they wouldn't do that kind of business. Somebody comes to them and says, I have powders. If you put up $3,000, $4,000 investment, we can make $50,000 distributing. So they can't resist. I want to control it as a business, to keep it respectable. I don't want it near schools. I don't want it sold to children. That's an infamia. In my city, we would keep the traffic in the dog people, the colored. They're animals anyway, so let them move their souls.
Yes, that's the Pushing Drugs interlude skit. You can see that, hear that familiar music, that beat, which is the theme for this mixtape. For the social distance mixtape. That beat right there, the drum pattern. Know what I mean? So, yeah, that's basically what it is. You see how, people, they don't care as long as they get some money. They'll push the drugs in other community, but they don't want it in theirs. You know what I mean? So every community, city, town, or whatever, you just gotta be strong. If you don't want none of that stuff, don't purchase it. You know what I mean? The drugs, because the other people, some other people, they don't care about your community. Even though they, in that track, they're saying, urban community or colored people, any area, you know what I mean? So the individuals, you gotta be strong, because it's people they're gonna push that in your territory, you know what I mean? Yep. That was track number 7. No, track number 8. That's the Pushing Drugs. Now I'm gonna go with track 9, the Underground Take Back. Found a cool sample in this track right here. I'm actually, scratching the vinyl. Most of the tracks that you hear, the others, throughout this project, I'm using the Serrano and, my computer and stuff like that. So this particular track, I just used, real vinyl records. I didn't use some time-coded vinyl, scratch. I wanted to do something different. Like I said, like each thing or project, I'm probably going to do something, something different. Like, oh, let me try that, and throughout this project, something I forgot to do, but I remember next time when I do my other stuff. Like, okay, I gotta, do this, stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's been basically the reason why I picked these samples and stuff like that. I was picking out stuff I thought sounded real cool from the vinyl records, my records with all the samples and stuff like that. I picked those, tracks for this, for the underground take back track. So let me play this joint right here. This is track number 9. Let's get into it. That's me on the wheels of steel and the beats, of course.
What?
Yes, underground take back. Me on the wheels of steel, turntables right there, using the real records, vinyl records right there. What else I can say about that track? Yeah, I had that beat for a while. Figured out what I wanted to do with it and give it a name. I think the original name of that track or that beat was called Underground Layer. So that's the original beat, no, name of that beat. So I call it the Underground Take Back for the updated 2020. That was track 9. So track 10 is more like an instrumental. I believe maybe in this video, or I might have said to myself, maybe in some other videos, I said I'm going to try to put instrumental tracks on each of my albums. So if a DJ want to scratch on it or somebody want to rhyme, I remember being young in my teenage years, even though I wasn't a good rapper or something, but me and my friends or something, if we riding in the car or something, somebody try to rap on the instrumental or the interlude of that was on the album. So that's what I'm trying to do here, put like an instrumental on there. So if you feel like rapping over it, if you're a DJ, you want to scratch over this beat, go right ahead. This beat right here is for the DJs, and I might not do instrumental for each album, but maybe, who knows, but maybe just a nice, kind of short, sweet for y'all can vibe to, not too long. But yeah, this is basically the instrumental track of the album right here. So let's play number 10. This is the Social Distance instrumental right here. DJ Green Hornet. Yes, that's the social distance. Instrumental right there, not to be confused with the social distance, theme music that, carry out through the album. Um, Speaking of the theme, this is the next track, number 11, called this Animals. Of course, I'm scratching and cutting on the throughout the movie clip right there and put it together. So this track is different from other ones because the other tracks, if you listen to the interlude skits with the social distance theme music, I was kind of like playing it out. I might have gave like the vocals, put an effect on the vocals or something like that, but I didn't scratch up them. This one right here, I liked it playing with this the skit, what they were saying. So that's why I decided to scratch instead of just letting the clip just play, which I'm gonna be doing that a little bit more with the movie clips. And y'all see, what I'm doing when I've been practicing. And I probably won't make nothing or put something out to by like March, something like that. So it'd be a minute before I want to put something else out. But yeah, this is the ideals right here. Track 11. This one's called Animals.
Animals, that's what they are. They're worse than that. Son is right. They're lower than animals. Yeah, you're right, man. Anybody who's breaking a place like this and rip it off, that's chicken. Only who's lower than animals, man? I mean, who are they? Well, man, I mean, like, they're the funny little guys who set off the false alarms, then come and burglarize the firehouse. The same people who like to throw bricks at fire. You'll see that happen one day. Maybe it'll roast your butt. They're the same people who like to pour gasoline and see the buildings burn. They don't give a damn when a cross beam and 2 tons of cement come crashing down on the guy's head who's trying to save their home. That's who they are. I thought you were talking about niggas.
Yeah, so that was Animals, another interlude skit. I got the social distance theme music for the background. Me, scratching on the ones and twos, chopping up the clip, making that difference instead of just playing it straight through. You can see with the clip, the guy sound kind of frustrated, calling people animals and stuff like that. And that's what people are acting like, the riots and protests. Some things, they're doing it for the right reason, but then you got some people that's not doing it for the right reasons. And you can see my man, he's in that clip there, he's trying to make it seem like dude is on some racial stuff at the end. He said, so that's an interesting one. I've been holding that clip for a while too, and wanting to use it. It just got to be the right project that, I want to use stuff on. So I might have stuff and just saving it. So this is the right time. I didn't have a beat before. I didn't even have the idea of maybe scratching it, cutting the scene up like that, but I saved it, and I like the guys' voice and what they were saying, so it was an opportunity to scratch on the beat there. It's number 11. That was Animals. It's not an interlude skit. So we're going to track number 12. Number 12, been holding this one for a while too. Just a updated version, flipped it, at the, while I was working on it, reworking it. And this one was kind of, probably maybe a little controversial. Just listening to different type of movies, and hearing what they call in, black women. So we got the here's what they think about you, for probably more like the men. But then you got the one for the women, black women in particular, what they saying throughout these movies. It's not what I think, stuff like that, but it's just something that I'll put together. And I thought it was, creative. And you hear when you listen to movies, like, wow, this is what they was really saying. So this is the Redux. This is like the women version. Here's what you think about you, So we got the men version was the first one. Now you got the updated 2020, remix, Redux version. So I'm going to play Here's What They Think About You, track number 12. And hope y'all like this one. Trying to be creative. Once again, it's not something I just put together. It's not like how I talk, what I think. I thought it was cool to put together something like this.
Here's what they think about you. You know something? She is really good looking. I gotta say that again. She is really good looking. But she's black.
Why is it that every nigger I know treats his woman like a piece of shit?
Nigger.
Nigger lover. What? That bitch! That goddamn black bitch! Ah!
Oh, nigger.
You want me to crawl, white motherfucker?
What are you doing? Put that down.
You want to spit on me and make me crawl? I'm gonna piss on your grave tomorrow.
Yeah, so that was my skit right there. Another join up a piece together, and you can see like the last part of that clip. If you know the movie, you know how that kind of end, but I flipped it. You know what I mean? And I think my original one and a couple other ones, 2 clips I made, I kind of edited out. The person, she said white motherfucker in that clip right there. I think my original one I had kind of like took out white to make it seem like, it could be anybody, but I kept it there. Also had like clips and stuff that I put together, skits where I was kind of editing stuff out or censoring it and stuff like that. We're taking people names out, like they'll say like somebody named, like especially like on the Murders Hornets. They were saying like certain people names and stuff like that. I used to take out like the names. That way it can be like anybody. But as far as that project, I kept like when in the scenes, I just kept the names. But that's what I used to do. I used to just like edit, chop the person name out, bleep it out or some stuff like that. But for this project, I wanted to keep, what she was saying all the way through that scene. And, and when the guy said, put that down, put the gunshot sample, make it seem like, person shot the dude. So shout out to the scene right there. You're probably familiar with that voice. That was Pam Grier at the end. That was track number 12. Now we can get into track number 13. This is like the bonus track. This is the track, the last track wasn't sure if I was gonna put this one on. Then I decided, I said, well, I need something to end it with. I could have ended it with the last track because the gunshots. I have, like the Murders Hornets project, and then when the gunshot, so that was like the end of the album. This one, track number 13 is called Hypocrite. I always thought this scene was funny in this movie right here, with between the father and son, what they was talking about. I'm not co-sign anything. It's just something funny. Some of these things you might hear me put in don't mean a reflection of me or what I think. I just be tripping off of stuff. So this is a scene right here that I'm tripping off of it. And if you know that where I got this clip from the movie, you'll know why I call it like Hypocrite. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna play this the last joint right here, number 13. This is the bonus track right here. And oh yeah, as far as the music, it was kind of use that guitar. I guess that's what I call it, a riff or something like that. Give you like a country feel, country feel to it. Since I'm living in the South now, you go to stores, you hear like country music and stuff like that. So I had that country beat for a while too. So, and I felt, the beat, I used the loop, the guitar loop. So I was like, oh, okay, this is a good time to put this in. So I'm really like tripping off this. Say, like this is how they talk, and the South, and that's what kind of music they'll be, listening to on their vehicles and stuff like that. So this is the last track. Hypocrite. It's the bonus joint right here. Let's get into it.
How come these faggots always have to rub it in your face? How can they be so shameless? What's that little thing, Dad? I don't feel that's anything to be ashamed of. Well, it is. Yeah, you're right. Don't placate me like I'm your mother, boy. Forgive me, sir, for speaking so bluntly. Those facts make me want to puke my fucking guts out. Me too, son. Yeah, me too.
Yes, that was the last track called Hypocrite. Track number 13. Yeah, that track, that's just funny, that skit right there, having a father and son talking about that type of stuff. It's really interesting and funny to me. It's the bonus track. I don't know if it really fits the album and stuff like that, but with everything with America's going on, you hear him humming some kind of, American type vibe, song or something at the end. So I thought that was, interesting way to close out the album, Social Distance album. It's about America, you know what I mean? The Social Distance album, it's about America, staying away, being masked up, was 6 feet away and all that craziness. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this project. Please, go, share, comment, and like this video, the project, please go purchase it. I checked the page today. I saw like 47 listens. So yeah. Even if one person checked it out, it was good enough for me. I would like more. I would like to more hits and people to purchase, my project. But hey, if you listen to it, and that's cool too. That means I keep making more, Yeah, check out my Mixcloud. Everything is DJ Green Hornet. What else? Yeah, that's basically it. I did a cover art. This is my first time using Bandcamp. I wanted to, see if I can actually sell stuff instead of putting it online. Everything's independent. I'm trying to do like the black business skit type thing. You know what I mean? And then, I just want to get better. I want people to enjoy my project, to try to do a cohesive, project, something entertaining can listen to. And, so maybe, you can't dance to this or go out to the club or something like that. So this something you might want to listen to in your car or, while you're drinking or having a smoke or, with your friends, and you just want to listen to something real different. It's short and, sweet. It's not too long where you can just kind of just put it on. If you want to skip to or hear a certain track, of course, you can do that too. Or you can purchase individual tracks. But I made it, to be a cohesive project, for you can listen to it from the beginning to end. Matter of fact, you can download the mixtape. I call it the mixtape version. And I put little extra sound effects and little interludes in between each track on that. So yeah, you can purchase the whole album. You can listen, or you can just download the mixtape version, which is just one track, and put, like I said, I put a little stuff in there. So it just don't sound like the album version. Of course, the album version is gonna go track, kind of like how we listen to it now. But if you listen to the mixtape version, you can hear some little different things on there. So I made it interesting to listen to the one track, the mixtape version. Yeah, so that's right about it. We'll wrap it up. Anybody that watched this, I hope you enjoyed the video. Go support, this project and all my other projects. And if you want to work with me, definitely email me. Let's work something out. I definitely want to work with other artists, things like that. And, scratching and stuff. I wish some of these clubs and bars and stuff would open back up. Maybe I can have some gigs to do some, background, work, for artists, DJing and stuff like that. For now, I'm gonna keep working on a craft and coming up with different themes. I already got the theme, and for maybe on the next two albums, I'll probably drop maybe an EP, but it won't be until like March, So in between that time, I'll be working on two different, projects. And then I'll decide which one I want to work on. I'm still doing my research and working on my beats and practicing, finding the samples that I want to use. So just, thanks for listening. Be sure you check me out maybe again sometime this week. I'm going to put out probably another video. I got an idea for something else. And that video is not going to be that long, but when I have an idea or I want to talk about something, I just come to YouTube, something, mostly music related stuff. I'm not going to do gossip and things like that, but never say never. I want to, say oh, you said you was going to do that, and how you doing, and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to gossip or talk about people I don't know or I'm never gonna meet. That doesn't make any sense to me, or talk about other artists' music and when they're musicians and they're making money off of it and probably doing way better than me in life, you know what I mean? So that's it. Thanks for watching this video. Peace out. Share, like, and comment on this video and all my projects. All right, YouTube, I'm out. Peace.